I've known Max since we were just kids.
Alessio and I fought more battles than I can count.
So the only place left to go is back to the beginning.
We'll draft 14 packs, adding the best cards to our collections.
Then we'll shop, selling rares for the cash we need to buy precious singles.
With only a handful of packs and a few dollars in our pocket, who can build the strongest deck and pilot it to victory?
This is the Duelist Heritage Progression Draft.
Welcome back. We're in another episode of the Duelist Heritage Progression Draft HD Turbo Remix Terra Rising. Some housekeeping from last week. I bought Neo the Magic Swordsman and Man-Eating Treasure Chest from Magic Ruler, both of which did not come in the North American release. They were released in the European release, something I failed to notice when I was doing my shop. I talked to Alessio and we decided that since this is like a really weird scenario that doesn't really come up again, we'll make it legal. Labyrinth of Nightmare is this week's pack. In the secret rare slot, we've got Gemini Elf. Again, this is going to be our best level 4. Zambira is still okay, it's not bad. But if either of us pull a Gemini Elf, that's huge. Magic Cylinder is mostly going to be fun for pulling out games that you shouldn't win, and occasionally losing you games where it could just be a card that does something. In the ultra rare slot, I'm going to be gunning for United We Stand and Mage Power. Obviously, I'm on the 2 Maha Vilos. If I can stick a Maha Vilo with even just 1 Mage Power and my an equip card, it's just going to be insane. Torrential Tribute, really, really good. I'm really excited to see if one of us pulls it, because now swarming the board isn't nearly as safe as it has been in weeks past. Out of all of these super rare cards, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer and Bazoo the Soul Eater are like the 2 biggest ones that we would want to pull. Kaiku, I can almost guarantee, is going to be purchased, if not this week, somewhere down the line. It's good for controlling your opponent's graveyard when, graveyard setup is going to become a thing towards the GX era, and Bazoo is just good because it gets big every other turn. And again, it's 4 stars too. It'll usually be like 4 stars, 1900 attack, and occasionally it'll be 4 stars, 2500 attack. I don't have a ton of money this week, but I'm gonna be looking out for the Bazoo. Amphibian Beast, really good. 1 tribute, 2400 monster. We both have Summon Skull, which is a little bit better, but neither of us is tributing consistently, so Amphibian Beast will give us an opportunity to like really bring that in, and then our Monster Reborns get better because we have more things to recur from the graveyard. We have some interesting niche strategies that can happen with like infinite cards. Again, that's further down the line. Jam Breeding Machine. Dark Lord Marie is not a good card, but I have to try to play it this week. The St. Joan strat, I think, is real, and we're going to see if we can try to get that this week. This is going to be a really, really violent draft, I think, because we might have the best set of commons that we've had in any other set this week. I really don't want to see anything having to do with Vengeful Bog Spirit or Fairy Box. If I get Tornado Wall, I think I have more water monsters than Alessio. I might try to make it work. What else do we have in... Oop. Hey dude, what's up? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm wrapping up my, I'm actually in the middle of recording the set. So I'll send you that in like 10 minutes. I'm just gonna go through the commons and yeah. That was Alessio. We're supposed to start, and of course I'm behind. The strategies available to us really open up with the commons in this set. You look at Ikubayo Drakmord, which is one of the best removals that we've had access to so far. You look at Bait Doll, which I think is underrated. Spell and Trap removal. I mentioned Zambira the Dark. He's going to be insane this week. I think if either of us is smart, we're going to replace any Dark Elves in our deck with Zambira this week. The Spirit cards open up special summoning finally. Soul of Purity of Light is the most expensive of these, like, remove a card from your graveyard to special summon this card cards. But I do like its effect a little bit more because it's affecting your opponent on their turn, and it's forcing them to play strangely. My second favorite of these spirit cards is Aqua Spirit. Being able to control the board by locking your opponent's monster into, like, defense position, or, you know, taking a high defender and switching it to attack, I think is really underrated. Skull Layer and Deal of the Phantom could see some play this week. Skull Layer is bad removal, but, you know, if we go through enough monsters, removal is removal, and we don't have a lot of that. It'll clear one big thing, or, you know, lock down the board for a turn or two, and that might be enough to win. Deal of the Phantom is just better Shadow Ghoul. If the games draw out to a late game, it gets better and better. So there are a lot of, you know, pack filler weenies that we're not super stoked about. I'm excited about Saint Joan. It's common enough that both of us could probably pull 2 or 3 of them. And also after this week, polymerization becomes usable. If one of us decides to pick up starter deck Joey, and then the next week buy another one, we'll have access to 2 polymerizations plus all of the cards that come out of that. So this is the week where polymerization becomes affordable, and we're getting access to one of the best fusions that we've had access to this whole time. Offerings to the Doom is one to look out for. I wouldn't be surprised if Offerings to the Doomed replace all of our trap holes. Yes, skipping your draw phase kind of sucks, but we're not special summoning enough where we're losing cards out of our hands. And I could see Offerings to the Doomed becoming, you know, our new staple card for the next couple weeks. No. Fire Sorcerer is just bad. And then the last thing that's worth mentioning is the Spirit Message cards. We can get a playset of EATH, but then getting the D is going to be quite difficult. Don't look for anyone to run Destiny board this week, unless I'm feeling particularly based. If we draft well, Labyrinth of Nightmare opens up so many different routes that we can take. Like, we've been stuck on this Fiends versus Garuda strat for the past 4 weeks, and I think this is going to shake it up, where even if we're running the strat, it'll look a lot different. Still expect to see some Harpy's brother play or whatever, but overall, like, this should be a pretty substantial shakeup in our deck building this week.
Max pulled a win right out from under us last week. It was pretty painful, but if you watched last week, you also knew that we played a few extra games, and my deck performed just fine. So it's anyone's game going into this week, and we have a big one. Remember that I mentioned, we scrolled past Mr. Volcano, and I mentioned Mr. Porcano. I just wanted to make sure you all knew exactly what I was talking about, and hopefully some of you recognize these babies. People would sell these like on the street in New York, in the heyday, the height of Yugi Mania. This pre-constructed deck is, of course, you know, one of the most popular ones, of course, the good old Straggle of Chaos. Let's do a little mini box opening of this Straggle of Chaos pre-constructed Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game deck. So of course we have our boss monster. Oh, this is going to be murder for this camera. Okay. Super Magic Swordsman. Magic user, combination / effect. Black Demon Monster plus Sword Fighter. Only combined for a special call. Work in the field on its right side. 1 card on hand to make the magic card involved. I think that means in the forest. And then 500 points will be on this card. It's also sound attribute, as you can see up here. These are like art. Special shaped dragon. This card cannot be destroyed by unappointed magic or trap cards. Besides, if it's not destroyed by a monster with offensive power below 1900 points, then you forget about it. We have our knife fighter here. That's a big knife. This one's kind of weird. This is like Great Moth, but it's like a normal monster. Oh, I like this. Supersonic Duck. There's no way to mess this up. There's no, you look at this and you're like, yeah, that's a supersonic duck. Like, there's nothing else that is. And here he is. Here he is, the one and only, the man himself, the myth, the legend, Mr. Porcano. A gentleman playing with flame, very honest and sincere as a rule, but with a surprise while be angry. Dog Sufferer. When the opponent's monster is in the wild field, it can launch attack twice. Besides, it can destroy the trap card that's against this card. Besides. My Simona. And we've got on the back, we've got Marek laughing at Yugi and Kaiba straggling so hard against the chaos. But this is what I really want to talk to you about today, folks. Our prizes today are a choice between the Joey and Pegasus starter decks. We haven't had starter decks as prizes since episode 1. So I think there's a lot to talk about because they are mirrors of each other in meaningful ways, and they sort of take you in very different directions. Face cards, these, Red Eyes Black Dragon for Joey and Relinquished for Pegasus. Relinquished is actually kind of nice. Like, if I had Relinquished, I would consider running it. For a ritual monster, it has a really low investment and it immediately removes something. But I think the most pivotal differences here come in the super rare slot. This is really the choice we're making here. Scapegoat or Graceful Charity. These are both super rares that are unique to these decks. They don't get reprinted accessibly for a long time, and they're hard to compare. Scapegoat is a quick play spell that gives you 4 tokens that can either soak up damage or be used for any sorts of shenanigans. And Graceful Charity just lets you draw 3 cards and then discard 2, so you get 3 cards deeper into your deck. But while Scapegoat is not necessarily a staple in every deck, it's hard to make the argument that there's a deck that wouldn't want Graceful Charity. This is also really tough because Graceful Charity will, towards the end of the Duel Monsters era, be banned for good. Scapegoat, never going to be banned. The second super rare slot for each of these decks is also pretty interesting. We have Penguin Soldier and Griffin Wing. Wrong Penguin Soldier. There we go. Penguin Soldier is a flip monster that lets you return 2 monsters to their owner's hands. People used to think that this was way more broken than it is. They didn't realize that if Penguin Soldier would be destroyed by battle when it's flipped, it can't target itself. People thought, okay, you attack into my Penguin Soldier, I flip it. I bring it back to my hand, I bounce one of your things, and the next turn I can reset the Penguin Soldier. It doesn't work like that. But even if it can't return itself, being able to bounce 2 things is a big tempo swing. Griffin Wing is a counter to Harpy's Feather Duster specifically, which isn't even in our format yet. This is kind of just a loss of a power card slot in these decks. So we're already starting to see the trade-offs here. The Joey deck gives you 2 really playable, solid super rares. Pegasus deck gives you really only 1, but that arguably is better than each of Joey's. Worth mentioning here, both of these decks contain a Change of Heart and a Waboku. The Yugi starter deck, which Max picked after winning episode 1, had both of these. The Kaiba deck had neither. This is pretty much a pure upside for me that I get access to these 2 things that I didn't before. So here we see the way that these decks really start to mirror each other. The Joey deck comes with a 1 Sangan, and the Pegasus deck comes with 1 Witch of the Black Forest. Max went out and bought both of these in the Metal Raiders episode. I held off specifically because I knew this was coming, but we have a very similar situation as we did with Graceful Charity and Scapegoat, where Witch is better in pretty much every case. You can get many of the same things Sangan can, but also big monsters like Summon Skull or like a Jinzo even or something. But Witch, it will be banned eventually. So we have that same question of power versus longevity. Extremely needed spell and trap removal reprints here. Joey deck gives you a copy of Trunade. Pegasus comes with a Mystical Space Typhoon. Here's some interesting utility boys coming at us, kind of point your deck in a certain direction. White Magical Hat likes to get very aggressive, and Dream Clown likes to get tricky and defensive and control-y. This is really interesting. There's a sub-theme here where the Pegasus deck is focused on ritual summoning and the Joey deck is focused on fusion summoning, but I really like that the Joey deck gives you access to this polymerization, which right now for us is a super rare. So I don't know when I would want to run a fusion monster in my main deck, but I feel like just having one copy of Poly, knowing that you can create fusion monsters if you want to, this sort of thing like opens your eyes, right? You look at your collection differently. The Joey deck comes with a copy of Mahavilo at common. But this is really important because Max invested in that Mahavilo equip strategy, and it worked out pretty well for him last week. And I feel like he could take the Joey deck just for this third copy of Mahavilo that he would otherwise have to spend $7 on. And not for nothing, but the difference between him having a Mahavilo deck with 2 copies of Mahavilo versus 3 is pretty enormous. The consistency and the speed at which he'd be able to pull out like 3,000 attackers changes the calculus there. I think the long and short of it is that the Pegasus deck offers the most powerful cards, but the Joey deck offers a higher quantity of powerful cards. For that reason, I think I'm leaning towards taking the Joey deck if we win today's match. The longer the timeline we're looking at, the better the Joey deck is. It offers many more paths. It lets you go in a fusion direction. It gives you burn pieces. And those strong cards stay strong and they stay in the format. There are no right answers here, and I'm excited to have either one of these. But we are going to make a serious run for the win this week and try to get our first pick. Let's see how it goes.
I should mention one more thing is that we are playing on the new pack opener. They updated the pack opener recently. I don't know if that was to fix ratio.
I've made my peace with just like pulling bad cards. Like that was what we signed up for when we started making this show. So
I imagine there'll be fewer like impossible packs where you get like 3 short print rares at the same time.
Yeah.
You get first pick, so whenever you're ready,
flip them up.
All right, let's go.
Let's
super rare off the bat.
Impossible pack off the bat. Jaugen the Spiritualist is actually like a fringe side deck playable thing, but I will grab the super rare for the monetary value. And who knows, maybe you'll get on Fusion Gate. We didn't talk about Fusion Gate. Fusions could be a thing in this set.
Yes. I see your Jaugen the Spiritualist, and I will grab an Ikubayu Dracmord.
I'll take the Jaugen.
I will grab Lightning Blade.
I can't figure out when I would use this, but I like the idea of having Scroll of Bewitchment in case something's like, wait, if you turn it into a fire.
Deal of Phantom.
Headless Knight.
Lightning Conger.
All right, and I get a Boneheimer. I'll tell you what, man. I got that water. I got that level 3, man. I thought, don't set that mounted defense mode, man. I thought, don't.
Pack 2. My choice. We are flipping.
Dang old pack 2, man. I thought about flip those cards, man. I think what you're saying about the draftability of the set is playing out here. Like, my eyes went to a few different places right now.
Ooh, this is hard. This is tough. The Spiritualism is a great card. I think it gets underrated.
Because it can't be responded to. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to trust that you'll do what I think you will do. And I'm going to pick up Zombira.
Do I take the fairy box simply to discourage you from playing it? Even though I really don't want either of us to play it? I will actually... This is very hard. I will take Spiritualism.
I think I just grabbed Soul of Purity and Light. Yeah, that feels correct.
No, that take that dang old Bowhammer, man. I probably would have taken it if you didn't. But since it's gone, I will nab the fairy box.
Yeah, that makes my choice super easy. I'm grabbing Emperor's Holiday.
Oh, Flying Fish is wins. Give me that Flying Fish.
I will grab the Earl of Demise.
Dango Boneheimer.
Which leaves me with the Zephyrus Lady.
Well, Boneheimer, that is what we tell ourselves, isn't it? Please flip.
Flipping him up.
Jeb Bush voice. Please flip. Chowgin, what are you doing? I don't see a strong argument for not taking the Chowgin, so.
I'm actually a fringe fan of Dream Sprite.
Dream Sprite is an excellent example of what I was talking about, where the commons are better, but that doesn't mean that they're good. Like, this does something.
My pick is Hysteric Fairy.
I sense you moving towards the light. I contemplated like some kind of pseudo stall thing in past episodes, so I'll pick up the Vengeful Bog Spirit.
The Forgiving Maiden.
He's making a Saint Joan. Oh my god. He is making Saint Joan. Bait Doll is interesting because it can whiff so easily, and the fact that it shuffles itself back in is kind of like, everyone, when we were kids, everyone's like, it shuffles itself back in? That's like, you don't even have to use it. It's like free. And it's like, it's free until you top deck it and die. So mixed feelings about Bait Doll, but I'm gonna take it.
Oh damn, I wanted Bait Doll. I for one will always take an infinite MST that always hits. I'm just gonna grab Earthbound Spirit.
I guess in that case, Dream Sprite is the only other thing kind of mildly interesting in here. So
I have so many 1500 attack themes that I actually don't need Melkid. I'm gonna grab Biomage.
Sweet. I don't mind having Melkid.
Let's flip.
There it is. Got him.
Oh, we're not doing this week, are we? We're not doing it this week.
The new pack opener.
Oh no.
This is not the best pack.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm just gonna grab the Spirit Message.
Money. The Spirit Message should be Money. You know, Tornado Wall is a good card. It's yeah.
Fire Sorcerer and Amazoness Archer are two examples of terrible cards. Dragonic Attack.
I'll get that Emperor's Holiday.
I was just talking, but I think we're grabbing that Amazoness Archer.
Deal of Phantom.
I'm grabbing the Gross Ghost.
Gross. All right, Flame Princess.
Boneheimer is mine.
Dangle.
Pack 5.
Oh, 2 rares? All right.
Jam Breeding Machine I loved as a kid. I was like, that's so good.
So
you get
broken.
a monster every turn.
Oh, Royal Command is an ultra. I'm used to seeing Royal Command as a rare reprint. Oh my goodness. Of course I'm taking the Royal Command.
I'm not 100%. You weren't just slow rolling me there.
The pack opener is still putting the loser back into the game with the cash infusion.
Yeah, I will pick up Jam Breeding Machine. Let's see if we can play it this week.
You did not go for the Ekibio Drakmord, so I guess this is my opportunity.
Bait Doll.
Earthbound Spirit.
Take the Gadget Soldier. I'm not 100% sure like making an 1800 level 6 monster was an anti-black.
Oh, Gadget Soldier is black. I didn't. Oh wow.
Gadget Soldier is black, and for some reason has 1800 attack and requires a tribute. It makes no sense.
I'll choose Chosen One. I have pity on it.
Nothing here is great. I will pick up my second. This is my first duplicate. I'm picking up another Lightning Conger.
So I have a Spherus Lady.
Oh, gods of the pack opener, have mercy on me. Show me something good. I mean, it's not as bad as it looks on first blush. I did have a deck that ran Grave Robber's Retribution back in the day. You use this in conjunction with Skull Lair to burn out your opponent.
Oh yeah, no Skull Lairs so far.
It's not worth picking up because Skull Lair will activate twice.
Well, you're playing Destiny board, so you don't have room for more continuous stuff.
That's true. I guess I'm happy this Dark Lord Marie. Sorry, I mean Marie the Fallen One.
Yeah, now you have your Saint Joan. I think taking this Bait Doll is the correct thing to do.
Now, should I get Cursed of the Masked Beast just in case I pull Masterpiece.
If you get Mass Beast, it will be worth spending 50 cents on it.
You know what? No, I'll grab Grave Robber's Retribution.
Excellent. I convinced you not to take Curse of the Masked Beast so that I can take it. But to be fair, you know that the Masked Beast is my homie.
You were actually running it in a ritual deck in 2010, so
I ran it for like 10 years.
I liked your Scroll of Bewitchment play so much, I'm gonna steal it.
Fairy Guardian is a win.
Thank you for this Headless Knight.
Wait, oh yeah, okay. Lady Panther. Panther Lady. Lady. Panther. Hey lady.
Pack number 7.
Wow. I don't know what to tell you. Dude.
What super rare first pack, super rare, ultra rare? You're on.
I'm on. I've opened all of the hollows, 2 supers and 1 ultra, and you bet I'm taking this next super. I'll take Dark Spirit of the Silent. The rich get richer.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting Nuvia the Wicked, not because I'll actually run it.
I think I'll go for the Lightning Blade.
Yeah. You know what? I'll grab Humanoid Swine.
If I do stick it with one of my pumps, it's bigger than Summon Skull, so I'll take that Queen Mantis.
I'll grab Gadget Soldier.
Swordsman of Landstar.
Lightning Conger.
And I'll tell you what, man.
No whammies, flip.
Okay, Gilasaurus is a good card.
Question about Gilasaurus. If your opponent doesn't have any monsters in their graveyard,
you can do it. You can summon it and they get nothing. That's the optimal use of it.
I will grab that Gilasaurus.
I'll take Blind Destruction.
I see your stall strategy is coming in handy. I will pick myself up a Lightning Blade.
I'll take another Deal of Phantom.
I will find myself in Crimson Sentry range.
Yeah, two Flame Princesses is more. I'll be more likely to run it.
Dragonic Attack.
Useless monster or useless spell? No, what am I talking about? I'll take Cyclone Laser.
You've ruined my Gradius deck for the future. Before you open up your Gemini Elf here, how do you feel like this draft has gone?
I am disappointed that we're not seeing the good commons, the spirits, and some of the traps. But I'm super excited to go out and buy them with all the money that I've accrued. Oh, E. I got E'd. I have to take the E. Why is it always E? It can't even be another letter.
Right, that's the worst part. I will grab Zumbira.
I thought you would. I was relying on you doing that, and I'm glad you did, because here is a common that I was super stoked about that hasn't shown up yet. Dancing Fair. I want Mario Kutai to work, but don't think it ever will.
It's like really bad Herald. I have to grab this Earth Spirit.
Yeah, I'll take another Dream Spray.
And I guess that leaves me with another gross ghost.
Oh, so I wield the curse. I do get the Curse of the Mass Beast. Excellent.
Okay, at this point, I only want supers and ultras in my future. So I'm not even going to talk. Let's just flip them up.
Manifesting it. Eid!
Oh my.
Eid!
Oh, so gross. I hate this card.
It's just the E. It's not even the other letters. It's just the E.
Oh, I hate this. Okay. Oh, I hate this so much.
You taking the E?
Well, the question is, if I don't take the E, do you take the E? And if you do take the E, that means I get 2 picks.
You get to, yeah, that's true. That's true. If there's 2 commons that you definitely want in the pack, then that's better than having 50 cents.
Yeah, I'm going to grab that Ikubayo Drachmard.
I think you baited me into taking the E.
Yeah, I'll take Jen.
I'll have another Blind Destruction, please.
My 3rd Lightning Blade.
I'll go for the Mask of Weakness.
And Dragonic Attack.
No, you really changed your tune on Dream Sprite. I guess I have my 3rd Dream Sprite now.
Pack 11. This has been terrible for me so far.
E! What?
What is that? That's the 4th E?
It's the 4th E! Not even the 4th Spirit Message, the 4th E! Oh my god. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't like having this much money. It's against my principles. So I am actually going to pick up the Rock Spirit.
Yeah, so I will definitely take that E.
It's worth it. Over 50 cents. Yeah, it's worth having it. I'll take the Spirit of Flame.
Shining Abyss.
Deal of Phantom.
I'll pick up a Wormdrake.
I figured you probably wouldn't go for the Fairy Guardian, so I'll take it.
The Portrait Secret.
All right, Chosen One, number 2. Chosen 2.
I have to get a super at this point. Okay.
There you go.
Ah! Easy peasy. It's almost exactly your Dark Spirit of the Silent pack with the Jam Breeding Machine.
Jam Breeding Machine, it's really unplayable. But I'll take it.
It just, wow, it really is just unplayable.
You can't do anything if you control this. You have to be playing a no monsters deck.
You can use that proactive. I mean, you can use that.
Is internally debating collected power versus Taylor Fickle.
I am. Zombira.
But I'll totally take collected.
I will take this Earl of Demise.
Am I on 3rd Flame Princess? Yeah, let's go for it.
I'll grab the Headless Knight.
I'll grab the Draconic Attack.
Alright, Alessio, this is your last chance to either complete the Curse of the Masked Beast or pull your Gemini Elf.
Let's go! Nothing. Well, I can't let you. I already let you have a rare, so I'll take Nubia.
Soul of Purity and Light.
This way, at least I know that you're leaning in that direction. I think I like Lady Assailant of Flames.
Guess that leaves me with Supply.
If you take Supply, then what do I demand? The adult thing to do would be to take Miracle Theory.
Grave Robber's Retribution.
Earthbound Spirit.
Pure Mermaid.
And I get a Flame Dancer.
This last pack will make up for all of the terribleness, all of the horrible that I went through this opening.
E! Does the opener know that there's other ones? Wow.
I don't think the opener cares.
The opener has to care. This is intent. This is psychological torture. This has to be intentional.
Oh my goodness.
What is that? Like over 30% of over 30% of our pulls. I am so furious that I'm gonna ignore the spirit message entirely and grab Skull Lair.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I'll take the E.
Forgiven Maiden.
Grab Vengeful Bog Spirit.
I always appreciated Vengeful Bog Spirit because it's just Magic the Gathering, the card.
Yeah.
It's like all monsters have summoning sickness, but blind destruction.
A second Scroll of Bewitchment.
I'll pick up the Portrait Secret.
Dragonic Attack. Yep. Well, I'll say this for the new pack opener. We broke our record for hollows. We got one more hollow than the next most hollows we've pulled. So that's cool.
That is cool. This was the most difficult shop yet. This week, we started off with $7.50. We had our $7 allowance this week, so that puts us at $14.50. We only sold 3 things. We sold the 2 spirit messages, and we sold the Dark Spirit of the Silent. So $3.50 for the Dark Spirit of the Silent, and $1 total for the 2 spirit messages. We started off deck building with $19. Based on what I saw Alessio pulling, I think he already knows what strat I'm gonna be on, but I can't afford to lean out of it because it's just gonna be too expensive to go the other way. I bought 3 offerings to the Doom, sided out most of my removal, or that includes the fissures. Offerings is just more flexible, and I'm hoping that this deck runs in such a way that I won't be too beat up by not getting a draw phase. Then I spent $2 on 2 amphibian beasts. I was really disappointed not to pull one of these instead of the spirit messages. We bought 2 extra St. Jones just based on this. Now my thought process going into this week was that I know I want to pull a fast one and pick starter deck Joey. I know Relinquish is going to be really, really good coming forward, but I really want to be on some sort of polymerization strat. I feel like if I start building now, I'll have an advantage going into next week. So we spent 50 cents on Summoner of Illusions, $1 on 2 Fusion Gates. We bought 1 extra Dark Lord Mary in addition to the one that we pulled. The 2 Luminous Sparks I bought for $1. I bought two Hysteric Fairy to add to my one that I pulled. I spent $7 on a Kaiku to Ghost Destroyer. I think this will catch Alessio off guard. I'm pretty sure he used his winnings to maybe buy 1 or 2 of these, thinking that I'm going to be on Fusion Gate. The last card we bought was Cold Wave. We went back a couple sets to pick this up. This is here to protect us against any quick play spell cards Alessio might want to run. Offerings to the Doomed is one of them, and it can also maybe protect us from Torrential if, you know, there comes a time where Alessio's Torrential messes us up.
Dangle, buy trade, man. I'll tell you what, man. You get those Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you get that, you know, that cost money, man. You take it through that store, and give you money for that, man. Shit, man. I'm not talking about no Dangle. Blue Eyes White Dragon, man. We're gonna go ahead and sell all 3 of those hollows: the super rare Diffusion and Dark Spirit of the Silent, and the ultra rare Royal Command. We're also going to sell a Nuvia of the Wicked that we got there at the end. And yeah, I think I'll sell all 3 Spirit Messagey. I'm going to hold on to my other rares. When I was looking at my deck building options this episode, I kind of regretted some of the things that I sold in the past episodes. I'm even hanging on to the Jam Breeding Machine because it's just hilarious. And that is going to bring my bank total up to $38.50. We gotta spend some of this, right? We can't just sit on this money. But it works out because no matter what happened, I was always going to buy my ultra rare Torrential Tribute. It's so good. It's arguably better than Mirror Force. And best of all, Torrential Tribute doesn't get banned. Now we get into the weird stuff. He also Max shelled out for his playset of Giant Germ. Well, I'm gonna buy my other 2. In that Magic Ruler episode, I actually sold 1 Nibble manga, and I am regretting that because I'm gonna go ahead and buy a full playset for $3. Next, I'm gonna go back to Pharaoh's Servant and grab myself a second Gravity Bond. Moving on to commons, but staying in Pharaoh's Servant from last week. Totally slept on this card. I don't even know if I mentioned it, but 4-starred Ladybug of Doom is a flip effect monster that destroys all of your opponent's level 4 monsters. So it's like a man-eater bug with like a huge ceiling. I'm gonna back up one more step to Magic Ruler, and if you remember when we pulled the Spear Associate, yes, that is what I'm calling it. I'm not a huge fan of the card's name. It's kind of archaic term that stigmatizes mental illness. If it's destroyed after it's flipped, both players get to go into the graveyard and special summon or special set one of their foregone monsters. So I'm going to spend $1 for 2 more of those. And while we're in Magic Ruler, I'm going to also pick up a 3rd copy of Toll, the continuous spell that effectively charges your opponent 500 life points per attack. Let's back up one more step to Metal Raiders. I pulled 1 Dream Clown. I'm going to get 2 more of those as well. And last but not least, let's circle all the way back up to Labyrinth of Nightmare for today. I'm going to buy a second copy of Fairy Box. So that's $10 for Torrential Tribute and $10 for everything else. That's $20. I'm spending $20 today, and I'm going to end up at $18.50, which is still more than I ended with last week.
45 cards. That's my first mistake. I knew going into the week that I wanted to do something with Joan. It was very obvious in the draft that I wanted to draft for Joan. But I didn't want to give up the cards that I bought and pivot too hard. So I still wanted to keep some of my core from last week. So we still have Summon Skull. We still have Maha Vilo at our top end. It's a fine line. I'm feeling really angsty about this deck. I'm choosing to see it as primarily a beatdown deck. I still have my equipped cards. I still have Rush Recklessly, and I'm using Offerings to the Doom to keep tempo up. Right. I have Tailor of the Fickle, which probably shouldn't be in here, and I'm running 45 cards, which slows the deck down considerably. But there's my reasoning for that is if Alessio goes with a slower control strat, I won't just gas myself out trying to get through it. And also, I'm running enough recruiters, deck manipulation that I won't feel the 45. We're doing 3 Zambira. I'm so happy we got all the Zambira. I'm sure Alessio will have some on his side. which was my other reasoning for not going full Yami Mystic Plasma Zone. I can't see him not running this. Hysteric Fairy is just a generically good 1800 beater. Soul of Purity and Light, it's going to be every game me going, please don't be dead in my hand, please don't be dead in my hand, please don't be dead in my hand. But even if it is dead in my hand, I have a version of this deck that I can side out to that is maybe a little faster, where I can replace the Soul of Purity and Lights for Giant Germs and the Summoner of Illusions. Kaiku's here. He'll only ever be 1800 for the most part, unless I, side out for dark stuff. Neo makes his Triumph return. With Luminous Spark on the field, he should be amazing. Witch Sangan, just generically good. And Forgiven Maiden and Dark Lord Marie are here just to fusion negate them and summon St. Joan. I know Alessio is going to be looking out for St. Joan, and we have to force him to use his removal on things that are not St. Joan. Or, if we can get a St. Joan super early and he has to overcommit to it, that's also a win because we have other threats that are not St. Joan. I'm gonna trade Wabaku for swords. You might notice I don't have any spell or any traps. That's just to dodge Bait Doll. In the side, we have another Tail of the Fickle in case Alessio goes super control heavy and he wants to get Ikubayu Drakmord going. I have 2 Prohibition in case he goes for like a degenerate stall strat. The Plasma Zones are, to boost my darks because my side out option is these 3 Giant Germs, and they're just way better if they have something buffing them on the field. You run into them, and I have Tribute Fodder and also fodder for Summoner of Illusions. If this deck proves to be too slow, I'm siding these in and just trying to hit on the gas a little bit. I'm on the fence about this deck. I hope it works out. I hope we draw well. And if we don't, well, there's always next week. I'm pretty sure even if we lose this week, we're still going to get starter deck Joey. So win or lose, I think I'm going to be pretty happy this week. But yeah, I definitely want to win.
I had so many ideas on how to improve the Winged Beast list from last time and correct some of the places where the matchup went wrong last week. And then we drafted, and I saw Max moving in a new direction. He got those 2 Souls of Purity and Light, which I really think he's going to try to make work. Mahavilo is already light, so it kind of blends in. And he got the playset of Zombyra the Dark, 2100 attack level 4 monster. That to me was the moment when the Dark Elf, became obsolete. Max is probably shaking up his strategy this week. I thought, you know what? I'll shake mine up as well. So this is what I call stuck in the middle with Yug, because it has Dream Clowns to the left of me and all these jokers to the right. And the object of this deck is going to be to get Max stuck between 2 uncomfortable options. You could call this a clown control variant. So we are going to try to protect these Dream Clowns using our 2 Gravity Binds, which stop all level 4 or higher monsters from attacking, and our Fairy Boxes. Other than Giant Germ and Sangan, Max really wasn't running any lower level monsters. So if we get up this Gravity Bind, we might just have Carte Blanche to keep toggling this Dream Clown around and just pick off all of his dudes. The Fairy Box is a very similar idea. I think this will go nicely with Dream Clown, make Max overthink things, because if he doesn't attack the Dream Clown will destroy his monster. If he does, there's a 50-50 chance that he gets blown out, and I do it anyway. Nice pair for a Fairy Box is actually these 3 Tolls. It costs you 500 to attack. If you get 2 of these up at the same time, that's kind of cool. And it costs 1,000 to attack. My worry about Toll was that it wasn't a proactive burn card and then Max could just not attack, but Dream Clown means that he does kind of have to attack. We have a 1 giant rat Earth Recruiter, so that can get us a Dream Clown out of the deck into attack mode. It can also get us these Nimbamongas that I just bought, which I kind of thought would be good to have some way to pad our life total for this Fairy Box, which is going to cost us life, and if we want to attack these Tolls, they're going to cost us life. Yeah, here's the Giant Germs. Giant Germ potentially can get 1,500 damage in. That's not too bad. 4-star Lady Book of Doom. This is just here to, again, ruin Max's day. Hane, these are still here. I think they do an okay job of that too. So we have a couple of flip monsters here. We also have the Cyber Jar, and our 3 copies of Spear Associate are also able to pull our flip monsters back. Like Spear Associate may let Max bring out another beater, but if what we get is Forced Out Lady of the Boom, then if you're not familiar with Spear Associate, there's also a lock where if you have one in the graveyard and one on the board, they can flip and get each other. Padding out the burn stuff, we have the Return of Cannon Soldier. We're generating a lot of dudes. We have just desserts. Burning Land is interesting. This one also damages us. It deals 500 damage to each player on their standby phase. This provides some inevitability that I think the deck needs. We have a Shallow Grave in here. We have one Vengeful Bog Spirit. I felt like 2 was too many. If we can open Vengeful Bog Spirit, Dream Clown, then whatever Max plays is just gonna die. And I think that's hilarious. I'm gonna try this Ecobio Drakmord as just a little more removal. I think we're going to be under a lot of pressure in this game, and we have our normal removal, of course, our 3 Fissures, our Dark Hole, our Trap Hole, Mirror Force, and the Torrential Tribute from today. If this goes horribly wrong, which it may well, I have a kind of like half-assed Earth beatdown package in the side deck. We have some tech, these Prohibitions. This could be useful, like if Max ends up on some kind of spell or trap removal. We have some tech against like the Mahavilo strategy with Eternal Rest, that collected power that we drafted today, and the reverse trap. Honestly, my gut just told me not to keep playing what we've been playing the past few weeks, and I feel like the element of surprise here will go a long way, even if the deck itself is not quite as tight. That was a long deck building process for both of us, I think.
Toughest deck build that we've had so far, and it's not even close. I'm hoping for a close game. There's only one deck that you could run that I'd be like, oh come on, dude. But we'll see. Let's just go.
Okay. Oh my, here we go. Of course. Okay, you got.
Yeah.
Fine.
That usually doesn't bode well for me, but let's see how. I'm gonna stay optimistic this game. We're already cooking with fire, I think. I'm gonna play Confiscation.
Oh, so you just want to know, huh? All right.
Oh, this was the one deck.
Yeah.
This was the one deck.
There we go.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Well, yeah. What we're doing right now is we're getting rid of Avatar de la Gravidad.
Are you playing Libro de Dueling? Look, this card. Okay, that's probably a good decision.
I don't think there is a reason not to do this. I'm gonna set one, set another, and end my turn.
All right, I don't love the Gravity Bind being gone. I guess we are going set, and
is this card your Shallow Grave, or did you draw it off the top?
You already got full information and you want more information?
I thought you'd be willing to share. That's fine. If that's the case, I'm going to I'm just gonna hope that it's not something you drew off the top. I'll activate Soul Exchange.
Okay.
Target this card and
sure.
Tribute it for my Amphibian Beast.
You got it.
Because I used Soul Exchange, I cannot conduct my battle phase, so it's your turn.
Yeah, here comes the difficult choices. Set, end.
The question is, do I run into your Hain now or later? I guess I run into it now.
Let's see a reason not to run into it now. Boop! Boop! Hained!
Ending.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
That's it? Yikes. Okay.
I was hoping that you set the Hain when I did that Soul Exchange.
We're gonna activate that Shallow Grave because you I can do this, right?
Yeah. Let's double check. Shallow
Grave. It's exactly what I just said about Gilosaurus because you have nothing.
If we're wrong, the comment section will lead us alive.
Do your worst comment section. Momonga's going face down, and I'm gonna activate Toll.
Every time I declare an attack. Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna normal summon 2 because I'm feeling them. I'm gonna summon the Dream Clown. And I'm just gonna pass.
Well, I guess we're doing this. Flip Cyberjar.
I have nothing to say about that. I cannot get this Momonga off.
You just will not allow it.
Special summon defense. Special summon attack. Special summon attack. Special summon attack.
That's a lot of dudes. And I am going to special summon face down defense.
Sure.
Both of these. Yup. And I'm gonna get Fissure, Toll, and Monster Reborn to hand.
Fissure, Toll, Monster Reborn. Got it.
Full information.
Let's go battle phase. Hysteric Fairy attacks your Momonga.
So you're gonna pay 500. You're gonna pay the toll, pay the troll toll, and we are going to play Fairy Box.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, we knew we were gonna play Fairy Box.
So when your monster, I toss a coin and I call it. And if I call it right, all right. So I'm flipping and I'm calling hits. Yeah. So you attack this. You attack the side.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take 500.
Oh, for some reason I thought that was Momonga.
They're all of the monsters in this deck are they're all the same.
All right. Well, if that's the game you want to play, next up is Zombira attacks. I will pay my 500.
Pay that 500, and we are going to go heads. Okay, this time we do it. Activate the effects of Zombira and of Spear Associate.
Yep.
And we are going to maybe someday we can activate the ability of this Momonga.
I select one too, right?
Yeah.
So yes.
Cyberjar.
So it's Momonga and Germ. I think I'm good. I'm gonna go to main phase 2.
I don't know how you're gonna get out of this.
I don't know either. I have an idea maybe. I'm going to set. Yeah, tribute this Zombira.
What?
What are you doing? You have a Cyberjar.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's fine. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. I think the main goal of this deck is make it so that you don't know I'm gonna pay 500 for Fairy Bucks. Actually, it might be worth attacking the Cyberjar just so that you don't flip it on your turn and get the initiative. Flip Germ. I'll flip Germ and Momonga. Why not? And I'll go battle, and I will Germ on into your jar. If you had one shot to take everything you ever wanted, so we're doing this again.
One, two,
Cold.
3,
Oh no.
4,
Oh no.
5.
Okay, and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 2 dudes. I'm not gonna get any more damage to this. My board is exactly the same. Somehow, except they changed places just to confuse you. And I will add Burning Land, Pot, and just desserts.
Wow. I was waiting for to see Chain Energy.
I'm terrified of Chain Energy. I just can't with Chain Energy. Okay, so you have card destruction. So I mean, I'm out of my battle phase. So I have to set these like my life depends on it. I'm definitely activating a second toll. That's happening. Well, yeah, there's no reason not to pot of greed now. So we'll pot of greed. Oh yes, fantastic. I activate toll.
This is ridiculous.
Yes.
Okay.
I activate Fissure. You did this to yourself.
I did not do that.
You did this. You Cyberjar. I did not make you Cyberjar 2 times.
Okay, so Fissure gets rid of Neo.
I activate Fissure.
Okay, that gets rid of Zumbira.
I activate.
Heavy?
Yes, I'm definitely running heavy in this. I'm gonna activate Monster Reborn.
Interesting.
I think it's probably the Amphibian Beast, just to make your life just a little harder. But I'm gonna set one and pass it over.
Okay. Oh wow, this has been a colossal nightmare.
Possibly a labyrinth of nightmare. Would you say? Would you go so far as to say?
I would go so far as to say it's a labyrinth of nightmare. I'm going to dark hole your board.
You can do that. That's a thing you can do.
Banish 2 lights.
Oh, I forgot. I Monster Reborn into that. Oh well, whatever.
It's a special summon, Soul of Purity and Light. And I think that's it for me.
That's it?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
All right. Pay 500 for Fairy Ball.
2 germs and 2 Momongas in grave, no triggers. Why have you done? Why have?
Sometimes I know how to play this game.
I can't believe you've done this. I think we are setting a monster, and I think that's worth it. I'm gonna just dessert. I'm gonna just desserts.
For 500.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm gonna set something else, and I'm gonna pass.
Okay. I will set a card. And end my turn.
I will pay for Fairy Box.
Look at that.
This is you're like Howard Ratner. This is how I win. This is how I win. You think I'm some guy? This is how the Fairy Box.
The only way to win is to not play the game.
Sometimes that's super true. I don't like what's in my hand. I'm just gonna pass.
Ooh. Glad you played that Fairy Box?
I am. I am super glad.
Well, I'm glad you're glad. I will set a card and I will sack off my Witch of the Black Forest for an Amphibian Beast.
You got it.
Activate Witch's effect.
You got it.
I think I will add Summon Soul to my hand. And my turn.
Okay. I'm going to let Fairy Box go.
Cool. I see you've drawn your second Fairy Box.
What I've drawn is Burning Land.
So I can't play any.
No, you can any field spells that are out.
Oh,
now
I'm just gonna.
You can keep playing them after this.
They'll just be a little crispy.
Oh, each turn I'm gonna take 500.
We're each taking 500 on our respective turns.
So I assume this is the other Fairy Box then.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay, well
But
that's good to know.
I am done.
You're gonna take 500.
Oh yes. Or to take my 500. So what? You have me on a 9-turn clock?
Something like that.
Well, it's. I mean, if I can attack with maybe an monster.
If you don't try to win the game, you'll lose in 9 turns.
I'm going to activate Monster Reborn on my Witch. Grave. I'm going to summon Skull.
Summon Skull.
Trigger Witch's effect. And I'll add Mahavilo to my hand.
Come on.
Come on.
Thinking.
You want to attack.
I'm thinking. I'm gonna set. When does Fairy Box activate? Is it in damage step or does it activate on attack declaration?
When your opponent's monster declares an attack, so that's battle step. The ability activates on battle step, and then I assume if it's successful, the attack reduction happens before damage step.
Okay. I'll end my turn.
All right. I will be burned by the land. I think I'll set a monster and call it a day.
Normal summon.
You be burned.
Oh yes.
Don't forget to be burned by the land.
I had deja vu of that. I've never played this deck, but I have deja vu of saying, don't forget to be burned by the land.
I will end.
I will be burned by the land. Yeah, let's do it. It's normal summon a Dream Clown. Is that good?
Yep, that's fine.
All right, that's fine for me too. Burn.
Yes, burn. Do I guess I have to do something about Dream Crown, maybe? So right now it costs 1,500 to attack.
Just 1,500. It's just 1,500.
At most this turn I can get an attack off. Oh, this is gross. I'm trying to figure out if I will definitely lose.
Or certainly lose.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot right now.
Oh, I think I attacked with Germ, right? So I actually have 500 less life points. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose 500.
Can't do any half measures. So I think alright, I will wait then. I'm gonna normal summon Mahavilo and then activate Offerings to the Doomed on your Dream Clown.
I cannot do anything about that. That is fine.
My draw phase is skipped, but my standby phase isn't. So
yep.
I'm going to activate a Nuzzler on this guy. Another Nuzzler on this guy.
You got every zone filled.
Yep.
You are all in.
Yep.
That's amazing. Like,
I don't know what the face downs are, but it's just like pay 500 or take 500.
If those face downs are not things that you can use, you're finished. I'm gonna set a monster. No, I'm gonna set this monster actually. And I am also Dunzo.
Nope, just gotta play this game. On my turn.
All right. I cannot do that. I don't desire to do that. I'm done. You still have that card destruction. Well, unless you didn't set it, you'd have to make room for it. But
I think I will activate Rush Recklessly on Soul of Purity and Light. Oh no, I've locked myself. Oh, this deck is so toxic. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What?
I'm thinking. Oh wow, I missed the secret win condition.
Or destruction me to mill me out.
We have a chance here, and that's all I needed. Okay.
500. So yeah, I need to get rid of my hand basically, which I can't do. So I am going to set. I'm gonna pass.
Yes. Oh my god. It's totally doable. I'm gonna activate this Rush Recklessly. And my turn.
Gonna summon a Dream Clown.
Yep.
Yep.
Getting closer. And my turn.
Man, if I had known what I was drawing this turn. Giant Germ, go to battle phase. Germ attacks. It attacks the weakest thing.
That's at 700, right?
Yeah.
So if this connects, I take 500, puts me at 1,000. I start my turn. I'm at 500. You're going to take 15.
Wait, I can't do this. I'm dead. Wait, I can't do this.
I'll let you take that back.
Yeah, thank you. I totally forgot I also had to pay for toll.
I'm going to actually flip summon Giant Rat. And Rat is going to attack Soul of Purity and Light. And I'm going to pay 15.
You're going to pay 15 and then take 900?
That's correct.
Which means you would have 100 left, right?
That's correct.
I will activate Tailor of the Fickle, attaching Malevolent Nuzzler.
I could have destroyed both Mahavilos and avoided that. It's Tailor of the Fickle again. Losing me a game that I should have won.
I can't believe you brought that deck, but I also can believe it because I thought about it.
I feel very robbed.
I didn't know that I was accidentally countering you by having 45 cards. The next turn, I just play card destruction and win.
That's why I played the Dream Clown out. If I hadn't done that, I would have had a place to put Cannon Soldier in. So actually avoiding the card destruction is the reason I lost.
Oh, interesting.
From now on, I'm assuming that every face down card is Tailor of the Fickle. But this is pretty good. I'm going to set, and I'm going to activate Toll and play Burning Land, and you're up.
So we're getting this started as degenerately as last time. Or like maybe a little more degenerately than last.
More.
Okay, I will activate Pot of Greed.
Sure.
Just draw 2 cards. I'm gonna set, and I'll end my turn.
I'll take 500. I'll set, and end.
I will set again. I will end.
I will take 500, and I will end.
Cool.
This YouTube gaming show is now a sleep podcast.
I'm going to activate Change of Heart on your first set card.
They got rid of the change control button. It's now just move, which makes sense.
What card is this? Germ. Great. I will normal summon some Lyra the Dark. I will flip summon Summoner of Illusions.
Ooh.
And I will tribute your Germ
All right.
to special summon St. Joan.
Dope. That's cool.
Battle phase, Zumbira attacks.
It's going for it. Pay that 500, and that is a Momonga. And I'm gonna gain 1,000, and I am going to get 2 more. Finally.
That's fine.
I assume you're just gonna attack the others.
Yeah, I'll pay 1,000 to clear the Momongas.
Gain 2,000.
End phase, Joan goes to grave.
And that Joan cannot be
No.
like Monster Reborn. Yeah. Let's activate Toll. Let's set a monster. Guess we're good.
Cool.
Take your 500.
I'll normal summon Mahavila. Zumbira attacks your face down.
That's
Okay.
1,000.
Yep. Okay.
And this is gonna be a 4-starred Ladybug of Doom.
Okay, so this goes to grave, this goes to grave.
And you may sink in 800 with your summoner.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'll end my turn.
I think I want to summon a Dream Clown. I'll pass it over.
In phase 1, activate Fissure on your Dream Clown.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Dream Clown. It's like it just soaks up whatever removal. Oh well.
Change this to defense mode. Set a card face down. I didn't realize how often card rulings come up in these things.
They do, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm just going to activate Prohibition and declare Fairy Box.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Okay. I think we will set a monster and pass. Take your 500.
Set another monster. And pass.
Now I have to think for 10 minutes. No, I think I don't have to do that. I'll set a card and pass.
Cool. Draw. We gotta start doing things. I will normal summon Hysteric Fairy.
You know, actually, I guess you have priority if you want to do that.
I'm going
You're gonna do that? Okay.
Trib.
I'm gonna trap hole.
Gain 1,000. Oops. Too grave. Gain 1,000.
That was the one I actually thought about Hysteric Fairy when I was building it.
Sandgun effect. I think I have to go for it. I'm gonna go Cyberjar.
Uh-huh.
And I already normal this turn, so I can't do anything else. We'll end my turn.
I think I'll set this and pass it over. 500.
Set. End my turn.
It's time to waste his time in 2021. I'm gonna flip Hane and bounce the one you just set.
Cool. New hand.
And I'm going to set and take 500.
Flip summon my Mahavilo.
Okay.
I will equip it with Nuzzler.
Okay.
I'll pay 1,000 attack. Hane.
Sure. So I'm taking 23.
Yes.
Okay. That was your opportunity.
Set. Set. And then my turn.
I think this will work. I need to think for about 4 hours before I do it, though, just in case. Giant Germ, is that good? I'm going to Prohibition declare Rush Recklessly. Battle. Attack Mahavilo, pay 1,000.
I will chain Offerings.
Okay, that's fine. That's the other thing that could have gone wrong, I suppose. We'll set this and end.
Sounds good to me.
You are at 500.
I am, and I don't get to draw this turn. Unless I flip summon Cyberjar.
That's what I figured. You can't attack, incidentally.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In retrospect, I was really blasé with this move.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, unless you were digging for like a Hysteric Fairy, but like these are all just stuck here now. And I am setting Spear Associate and Drake Clown. Cool. And I'm getting Gravity Bind, Monster Born, and just Desserts.
You have to win right now, or gain some life points.
Yeah, I think I misplayed that because I was supposed to do something first, but it's fine. Normal summon Hysteric Fairy
Oh, that'll do it.
and tribute this too.
No, I should have Prohibition to Hysteric Fairy. So now you could attack, but you're not good.
Yeah.
Well, no, you'd be dead if you did.
Right.
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
The problem is now I can't really attack either. I think it's safe to say we are fissuring that Hysteric Fairy. This is a tough decision. Nah, that's dangerous. I don't like it. I'm just gonna set and.
Oh, it doesn't feel good, Chief. You set.
Oh shit, he's you in graveyard.
Yeah, no, it all plays out the same. And my turn.
I don't see a reason not to set this. Go ahead.
Oh, keep turning off auto draw. What are my thoughts here? I think you've got it.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You opened 2 tolls, Nimble Momonga, and Giant Germ. So there was no version of me like breaking through that without exactly all my removal. I'll go first.
All right. Game 3 of this slogfest.
I asked for a game 3, and now I'm regretting everything I ever did with my life. First off, draw. See what we get. Set. It's not gonna do much. And yep.
Let's go main. Let's summon Dream Clown.
Yep.
And let's set. And let's set. And let's set. Go ahead.
Great. Sounds awesome. I'm going to flip summon.
Sure. That is fine.
I will activate Fissure on Dream Clown.
So misty.
That wasn't super optimal, actually. Darn it. I did not think that through. Alright, which attacks directly?
Yeah, that's okay.
In phase 2, I will set. And then my turn.
We'll set this and end.
This is gonna be funny. Activate confiscation. Pay 1,000.
Okay.
Oh, that's difficult. I think you can get rid of the rat.
He's
Okay.
gone.
Hand in hand. I'll normal summon zombie.
Do I have something to say about that? I do.
And I will flip summon Hysteric Fairy.
That's cool.
Battle phase, I will attack your face down.
It is Spirit. Associate, trigger. Do you have a... Oh, you have a monster now. Oh no, that's... I didn't think about that. That's okay. I'm gonna summon Rat.
I'll attack Rat with Witch.
I think I'll Fairy Box on that. I'm gonna call heads.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Nope.
Ooh. So in damage step, I'll activate Rush on Witch.
Okay. So I will activate Rat. How much do I trust Fairy Box? Have to. I think I have to go with Dream Clan.
Zumbira attacks.
Heads. No.
Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you. End phase.
Toll? I pay 500 for Fairy Box. I said that I didn't want to play Fairy Box, and I did, and now I'm seeing why I didn't want to. All set. Pass.
I'm gonna tribute Witch of the Black Forest to summon Dark Lord Marie.
Oh, the life gain.
Oh man, I did actually think about you being on a burn strat, and I was like, actually, this works out. That was like my 4D chess move. So with 1500 or less defense from my deck to my hand, and the monster that I want is Summoner of Illusions. I don't think it's time yet, so I will just end my turn.
Okay. I pay 5 for Fairy Box. I set. I end.
I will set a card. Set another card. And I'll end.
Pay 5.
The downside to Fairy Box is that it becomes your enslaver. Hello?
Yeah, I'm thinking. You are good to go.
Sounds good. I'm in no rush. It's your turn.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Are you paying for Fairy Box?
Yeah. This could be bad, but I think I'm screwed if I don't. Flip Hane Hane.
Yep.
Target Marie the Fallen One.
Marie will return to my hand.
Fissure.
I cannot do anything about that.
That's about it.
I'll normal summon Mahavilo.
Sure.
Battle. I will not attack. I'll go
Okay,
to
okay.
phase 2 and end my turn.
I will pay. I will put Hane in defense. Oops, no. Defense mode.
Yep.
And Toll. And you're up.
I'll activate Change of Heart on your face down. What is it? Churn. Great. This is going to great. And I'll normal summon.
Sure.
And that's it for me.
Is it time to lose it? No, I'll keep it. All set.
Thrilling gameplay. we're forced to keep playing like this. I'm gonna set a card.
End phase.
Just desserts. Wow. Okay. I'll take 25.
I'll keep it around. I will set. I will end.
We're getting so close to the end. Just end.
Okay. This might be like where it becomes too dangerous to keep it. I'll let it go. And pass.
It's good to me. I'm gonna go all in, or a little bit all in. I'm gonna flip summon Summoner of Illusions.
Okay.
I'm going to tribute this Zumbira.
Okay.
Special summon of Joan. Crap. That was a mistake. Fine. Are you ready for this all in?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I am.
I'm going to activate card destruction.
That's kind of annoying.
Super creative.
I don't wanted that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. Well, the Cannon Soldier Dark Hole was enough to make it worth it for me. So I just pitched 5, and I'll draw 5. 5, 4, and then 5. The all-in did not work out. I wish I had sided in stop defense. I think my best bet is to wait it out, I think. I'll end my turn, and Joan will go to grave.
Yo. Brutal. I am going to summon a Dream Clown.
Yep.
And set a card. And pass.
Draw a card. I will activate Prohibition, calling Fairy Box.
Okay.
Well, we gotta go for it, right? Activate Nuzzler on Mahavilo. Battle phase, Mahavilo will attack. Dream Clown.
Pay 1,000.
Pay 1,000.
Gravity Bind.
Ah.
Your summoner could attack.
It can attack, and I'll pay another 1,000 to attack your
Whoa, what? Why?
fissure.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. It's always the fissure.
I don't know how I dodged 3 Dream Clown this game, but here we are.
I don't know how you've dodged 7 Dream Clown over the past 3 games. Get out of here. Yeah. It had to happen. Set. And done.
Cool. That just feels bad. And
It's not really doing anything for me.
oh yeah, I forgot Gravity Bind works on you too.
Yep. This is mutually assured boredom.
Yeah, I was gonna say mutually assured boredom. Wow, that sucks. Well, yeah, go.
Set this. Go ahead.
That sort of helps. I will tribute my Dark Lord Mary.
Now you can get some life points. Okay.
Dark Lord.
Sure.
And that's all she wrote for me, Bob.
Oh my god. Holy. Okay. I have a feeling this is gonna not work, but we have to go for it. Monster Reborn? Cannon Soldier?
Yep. it's fine.
Lip, Summon, Ladybug?
Okay, so all the 4, it's 4 or higher, or just
Just your force, so it's just modified. I'm going to activate Cannon Soldier.
Yep.
Take 5. Flip Hane Hane, target Marie.
that is also fine. 2 things.
I'm going to activate Cannon Soldier. I'm going to activate Cannon Soldier. The Shallow Grave.
Targeting what?
I'm getting Spear Associate.
Well, if you do that, I will grab, what do you call it? Witch of the Black Forest.
Okay. So that resolves.
Yep.
Cannon Soldier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I got it. I got it. Oh my gosh! Ah!
That's terrible.
I was waiting for the offerings. The offerings to fucking Doomed.
It was the next card on my...
Oh my god! Oh.
I drew none of them.
Ah!
That's awful. I shouldn't have attacked those 2 times. Like, that was like...
I was surprised. You were really going for it.
Yeah, I thought I had enough of a life buffer, but honestly, like, I was tired of just sitting around doing nothing.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was it. I'm being totally honest. That was a tough one to lose.
I'm gonna check that I'm recording because I have lost my mind. That was probably worse for us than it was for y'all because of the magic of editing. But here we are. We have exited the labyrinth of nightmare, like for real.
That actually was a nightmare.
That was a effing nightmare. But nonetheless, I must make my choice, and I am going to choose Joey. I explained my reasonings for this earlier on, if you were watching that. But I love Scapegoat. I guess I kind of underplayed how much I personally love Scapegoat. And I just like the average power level of the cards overall. That Magician of Faith, I'm happy to see. I get a Princess of Tsurugi for my burn. I think I can tell you I'm not going to play this thing again next week. So this is giving me lots of options. Max, you're going to get the Pegasus deck. How do you feel about that?
Is that how you feel about that? Is that how you feel about the Pegasus deck or about this duel?
That's the duel, of course. The Pegasus deck is allegedly it's the better deck. If I get to put together like a halfway decent relinquished sort of goat deck, I could see it being very good. I'm very happy to see Graceful Charity. A lot of the stuff in this deck I have already.
That factored into my decision.
Yeah, a lot of the good cards in this deck are already limited, so it's not real. I'm really not getting too much benefit out of it. Unless I buy a second one. We'll see if that is how I'm gonna make up for this atrocious loss that I partially incurred on myself. I'm very happy to see an MST in this deck, though. An MST would have changed the timbre of this week.
It really would have, yeah.
Congratulations, Alessio. You are moving on to victory. The most capitalist victory I've seen on this progression series yet. And
what does that mean?
I hope to capitalize on my socialist values next week.
This is revisionist.
Revisionist, Mr. Moneybags. I definitely spent more money on my deck this week, but I hated every minute of that deck, so I'm just going to choose to be salty.
I've literally never resolved Toll in my life until today, so I did not know how toxic it was going to be, really.
Well, we started deck building at 3 o'clock. It's now 8:40. That was 5 hours. It's the longest recording session we've had thus far.
Thank you, Max, for humoring that, and well played. I mean, like, yeah, I was nervous the entire time, so very well played.
No thank you, Alessio, for that atrocious deck, but thank you for being here for 8 hours today. Your presence made that infuriating deck almost not the worst thing that's happened to me ever.
That's the best compliment I could have had.
Later, folks. Do all the things, subscribe, follow Patreon, and
Button,
yeah,
button.
exactly. Do all the things.